I don't know if the mic is working. Can you hear me now? Okay, so you can hear me now. Good deal. So I don't know what all you heard. Did y'all hear anything? Okay. Didn't hear anything. That's so wonderful. Anyway, I'm new at this stuff, so y'all be patient with me. Um what I'm doing is I'm etching the blade. All the exposed metal will be etched using just these 9-volt batteries and some salt water. Um I have a lot. I'm not going to show you the whole process because it's a long process. This could take me a couple hours actually. So I'm just going to show you the etching part of it. I do have a lot to do today, a lot to catch up on. Therefore, I'm only going to show you the part where I etch it. To start off, I'll show you, I just connect the batteries. I would like to say the more the merrier, but I'm not going to go higher than 4. I've tried 2 before and it etches, but this is quicker and easier. So next I have my alligator clips. I have a red one for positive, and I hook that right there. And the black goes on the negative. All right. And what I'm going to have to do, because I forgot, Josh is cleaning my Mustang right now. It got dirty on the way home yesterday. Okay, so I want to do this one first because I think it's cool. Move this out of the way. The whole thing is the red attaches to the positive and it also attaches to the blade. And I forgot to clear a little spot off. And this is just acetone, really. Strong nail polish remover. As long as I get some exposed part of this metal, that's pretty good. Okay. So the positive goes right there. I don't know if y'all can see. I'm going to move the batteries out of the way. Here's my water. And all this is just salt and water. I don't measure it. I just pour it until I'm happy. And I'm happy. Mix it up pretty good. And get these little things at Harbor Freight. They come in different sizes. Some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger, and some of them are way bigger. Or you could just use Q-tips. Q-tips work great. So I dip this in the solution, like so. And that out of the way. I'm going to turn on my fan. It doesn't have to be on high or anything. It's just this little shop fan to make the fumes go a different direction. All right, and so y'all are about to see what happens. I've got the rest of the axe covered up because I don't want this getting anywhere on it because it gets junky, corroded metal. I don't want that on my wood. So anyway, ready? It takes a minute at first, but you can see the F is already turning a darker color, and you can see it sizzling. It's pretty cool, actually. The first time I tried it, I was skeptical that it would work after watching a couple YouTube videos. And so I tried it on one of my kitchen knives, and I was like, wow, what else can I do? And so I just started doing this. I don't know if y'all can see that good or not. The longer you hold it there, the deeper it etches into it. And can y'all see how nasty it's getting? Everywhere this solution goes, it will etch. That's why I've spray painted it. And then after I'm done with the complete etching process, I wash the blade off. I wash the paint off of the blade in the acetone solution, and you have to scrub that crap off of there too. But this is the easiest way I've found to do this. Hey, little B. Hey, Woodworking 52. Big Dog. Anybody else that's come in here that I didn't see, because I like to pay attention with this because you can shock yourself. Um, it, I've been electrocuted a couple times in my life, and I don't like that feeling. So, but this is basically just it. And I mean, it all depends. How long it takes all depends on how deep you want that etch to go. And it's actually fun, kind of therapeutic to watch and listen to it sizzle. Hey, Tuxedo Grillin', welcome in. I'm etching axe blades with 9-volt batteries and salt water solution. Now you could see how nasty that looks. I do change it out periodically with a new one. Hey, Heidi. And after I etch the axe, I clean it up with alcohol and a toothbrush to try to get in there as deep as I can. And then I put bluing agent on it before I remove the paint. And as you can see, that's pretty nasty. There's no certain time or whatever that I take the old one off and put the other one on. I guess it all depends on what I want to do. And now I'm going to show you, you can use just a regular Q-tip. It doesn't make it go any faster or slower. It's just something different to use. I don't know if y'all can see that good. But that is just eating that metal away. I mean, if I could do this, anybody could do this. I got the idea from this YouTube channel I follow, and I highly recommend, at least just for watching the artwork itself, the process. It just gets mesmerizing, kind of like the lathe work that you guys do. His name, and he doesn't speak English. I think he's Russian or something, but Kirill, Kirill, runs, RUNZ. That's who I learned this from, just from watching the videos. And he has several different methods of doing this. I think on one he used a laptop charger, and then you could use a battery charger, but it has to be an older one because the newer ones don't work. How long do the batteries last? I've got 4 of them. Hold on just a second. Got 4 of them hooked together. You can see I'm able to hold these right now, but they will get hot. And whenever I reach over and feel them and they're like really hot, that's whenever I switch them out. So I don't really keep up with the time that I switch them out. I just kind of watch the batteries. Because I don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't want them to explode on me. But you can see how nasty this is right here. And I do want this to be a deep etch. Can y'all see the smoke coming off of it? Okay. So you could definitely see the difference between Freedom and in the actual eagle flag over here. This is not shiny anymore, but the eagle is. If you can see that. But yeah. And again, the etching part don't really take terribly long. It's the way you have to take care of it afterwards, because as soon as you're doing this is corroding the metal and it rust sets in immediately. And so you have to, this is a process to where I can't just etch it and the next day come back and blue it and put the protective oils on it and stuff. This has to be done as soon as possible. Um, Tuxedo, I don't really want to say if it makes it better or worse. It's more like, does it make it quicker? If you use one battery, you're going to be here all day long. I was being very cautious at first and only used two batteries connected together. And it sped up the process. Visually, I could tell. But um, I tried four, and I think I'm going to stay at four. I really like how quickly it's done. And then again, I have to change this out, and you can see it's terrible and it's hard to get off your hands. And I forgot to put these on, so. But it's actually a fun process. I mean, it's just like anything else, carving, it's just a process, and I like it. I like using the Q-tips because after this side goes bad, you could always flip it to the other side. But I make sure the metal part is on the actual cotton. And then I'm going to also tuxedo. No, you're not asking too many questions. It is actually still a learning process for me. Um, how do you tell when the batteries need to be changed out? Besides them being really hot, one of the things I notice is whenever I do this, it doesn't have that much of an effect. And that's because the batteries are drained. And then whenever I see that it's not as effective, I touch the batteries and they're hot. Like they get pretty darn hot. And then I just detach the alligator clips and let them cool off. I don't even do any. I don't try to disconnect them or anything because they're too hot for that. And then I connect four more batteries and reattach the alligator clips to that, and just keep on trucking. The finer the detail, the little wrinkles in here, not wrinkles, but the feathers, the creases, whatever, you want to spend more time on that because it's kind of hard to tell until you take all the paint off of it if you're really getting in there or not. And then whenever you take the paint off of it, it's too late. So it's better to concentrate on the smaller pieces when you have it painted and you're in the middle of it than to regret not going in deep enough later or spending enough time etching that one piece. And you see it kind of turns like a greenish color too. It's actually very messy and nasty. Some people have a solution that they'll dip the blade in, but it's like some kind of acid. I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. I'm comfortable doing this. Like I said, I've been electrocuted a couple times in my life, and this is what I feel safe doing. So this is what I'm going to stick to. I ain't trying to get all unalived or anything. All right, so now I'm going to flip it over. The way I got the design on my axe is I either found it on the Cricut software app design space and printed off the vinyl, and sometimes I'll make my own, edit a couple pieces together and then print the vinyl off that way. I stick the vinyl on there, and then with a blow dryer I heat the vinyl onto the blade, therefore there's no bubbles to where this etching solution could get under and mess it up. Um, and then after the vinyl is on there really good, I spray paint the blade. Okay. And it's just a flat um, primer type spray paint, Rust-Oleum. I mean, just whatever. People use whatever they want, but that's what works for me. And I spray paint them and let them sit for 24 hours. And then the next day, I'll go back and I'll pull off the vinyl. And wherever the vinyl comes off is where will be etched. Wherever there is no paint is where the etching will happen. But again, that channel I told you about earlier, Kirill Runs, or I don't know how to say it. There's a process that he does. He spray paints the whole blade. He does a lot of knives, but he'll spray paint the whole blade and etch it. He'll get this something like he'll get something like this and scrape the paint off of certain areas and etch that. And then he'll spray paint, or not spray paint, but he'll etch more off of it. And then he etches all that, and the parts that he exposed earlier, he just keeps etching over, and so it gets darker. He does a shading with it, and it's actually crazy. The paint is not rubbing off because this is a water solution. The only way the paint comes off is whenever I apply this. That's how you get your paint off. And it's just something that you can buy at Walmart, Sally's, wherever, like a fingernail polish remover stuff, but that one's a little bit more potent. Acetone. Yes, Runic, it is the ferric chloride. But this is basically it. I mean, it's not complicated. I would love for others to try this. I I look for videos like this. He's not the only one. I can't remember the other channel that I follow that does this type of stuff. And like I said, they use different methods, but it's just so fun to watch the process. You could do that, tuxedo, or like the channel that I was describing earlier, and other channels. I see them get a big container, a plastic container, and it's just weird how they have it set up. They'll just dip the whole thing into the acid. I'm pretty sure the same thing will work with the salt water, but there's different ways that you could etch. It doesn't have to be the salt water, but that's what I use. Like I said, I want to stick on the safe side of things. Yeah, the handle is carved. Good point, Renick. But what they do with the blades is they take it completely off and put it back on. And again, one axe, carving it and etching it and painting it, the whole process takes me a week. This isn't something that I just come out in the shop and do in a day. I wish it was, but it's not. These things take a long time to make, and um, a lot of attention to detail, because if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, you can mess it up. And it's such a long process that you got to be careful with it. You don't want to mess it up, especially whenever a customer's paying for it and you broke your hand and have to set everything back a couple months. But I'm glad that people have been very understanding while I was recovering. And now I'm busy. How do you do your knives, Runic? You dip them in that solution, hot vinegar, instant coffee. Hmm. See, there's so many different ways to do this. You pick one and you go with it. Or you could try different ones, but like I said, if I'm happy with this, there's no reason for me to try anything different. Yeah, whenever I was what, 6, 7 years old, maybe 6 or 7, I was taking a bath, and my little brother was climbing on the countertop and knocked a plugged in blow dryer in the bathtub with me. And let's just say after that, I never really wanted to get too electrical in my life, if you know what I mean. And the irony of it is, he became an electrician. So, yeah, gotta love my little brother. Hey, Aiden, baby kisses, Amy. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat because I'm watching what I'm doing right here so I don't miss any pieces. But if you have any questions, please ask away. I'm not an expert, but I can tell you what I do. Pilato, hey, Pilato. And something else I do, um, before I start painting it, and you can't see it, you could actually watch on this side of it. that is fingernail polish. I do the fingernail polish to protect that edge right there. So I'm pretty sure if you etch this, that edge right there will rust. And I don't want that. I want a very smooth edge right there. So, but you could see the batteries must still be going strong because it's sizzling. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but or see the smoke coming off of it. And those fumes are terrible. I don't have a mask on right now because I have that fan going. So it's not coming at me, bro. And the batteries are warm. They're not terribly hot. Like I could still touch them. So I'm going to keep going with these batteries. And the way it looks like, I may be able to get all four of these batteries on just this part of the blade. And then I'll do another 4 batteries for this one. But again, like I said, the more you etch it, the deeper the etch. And then after you etch it and you put that bluing agent in there, it makes it darker, it makes it pop. So whenever you take the paint off of it, the blade is shiny around it, and it looks really nice. I haven't used the rechargeable. I'm just buying the cheap 9-volt batteries on Amazon because I do so many of these. I don't want to buy like they're so much cheaper on Amazon. I could go to Lowe's or Walmart and buy whatever brand and pay almost twice as much. I don't plan on doing that, but you could buy them in like packs of 12, packs of 8. I mean, just whatever. I go through them so fast and I'm not going to spend a lot of money on it. It would not be smart. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, baby kisses. I do one side at a time, Ray. And this one, with this order right here, I'm only doing one side of each axe because they're going to end up being crisscross, so you won't see the other side of these axes at all. I did still take the time to polish them up real good and sand them down and all that. But on a normal order for an axe, I do one side at a time. And again, like I said, it could take a couple hours depending on how deep you want the etch and how detailed everything is. And believe it or not, um, weeding the vinyl, it takes up a lot of time, and you have to sit there and think about it, because you're not just putting the vinyl on the blade. I mean, you are, but let me just try to explain. And you can feel it getting warm too. It don't get hot, but it's getting warm. But whenever you put this vinyl on the axe, you have to think about what part you're going to remove, because the part that you remove is going to get etched. Or actually, the part that you remove will be painted and the other part will be etched. You see what I'm saying? You really have to put a lot of thought into this whole thing. You can't just set out, you have to think about it. You have to think about what you're doing, because everywhere that I'm etching is where the vinyl was taken off. So if you want your stars to be shiny, that's where the paint has to go, and that's what you got to keep telling yourself. And it's like, you don't want to mess it up. So hey, dad, I hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday out there. But see, it's not doing much anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and change the batteries out. And the batteries are pretty hot. Let me just see if I could get a little bit more juice out of it though. There we go. And to be honest with you, I feel like the Q-tips work better than this pack that I got at Harbor Freight. Even though the cotton on here is bigger, for some reason the Q-tips work better. Josh is Josh is detailing the Mustang right now. It was 5-hour drive to go get it. Um, and by the way, I have never seen so much roadkill of deer and coyotes, birds going through Kentucky and Illinois in my life. Like, I thought Louisiana was bad with the roadkill. No. Um, had lots of traffic issues going through Nashville, of course, and lots of construction through Kentucky and Illinois as well. But so on the way home after getting the Mustang, nighttime bugs, all that kind of stuff. So Josh took it this morning and, well, he went to the store to get some detailing items and he's cleaning her up right now. But yeah, I love it. Um, she sounds pretty mean. It's completely black. Um, so I named it Venom. Billy, you kill any deer? Because those interstates would definitely have you jealous of how many dead deer there were. The batteries are still going strong. Yeah, Amy, this is my first Mustang, but I was getting ready to trade my car in anyway. Josh asked me what I wanted, and I told him a '69 Chevelle. It's kind of impractical. So we settled on a Mustang. He's had several Mustangs growing up. He likes the ugly little fox bodies. I don't like them. I can't like them. I've tried to like them, but I don't like the way they look. But so I told him what I wanted and told him if he can find exactly what I want in my price range and negotiate a deal with the dealership, and then I'll get it. All I want to do is just sign the papers. I want him to do everything else, and that's what happened. So I love the car. So no deer. I guess if you go to your local interstate, Billy, I'm pretty sure you could find plenty of deer because it looks like they are just committing self harm left and right. Grumpy, it's 2019. I'm not one to buy new vehicles because of the value they lose immediately when you drive them off the lot. I don't believe in that. Okay, I think this is done. Okay, so I think I'm going to call it quits on this one. It's pretty deep to me from what I see and what I can tell. I think I could roll with that one. And then I'll just switch out these batteries. Let these cool. All right, again, for those who weren't here whenever I did this earlier, all I do is just connect the positive to the negative so to create current going through the whole thing. Okay. Tuxedo. I do have a lot to get done today, and I might be able to get the bluing solution on here, that process, but I kind of wanted just to show you guys this part of it. I do have a firefighter axe that I have to do before Christmas. And if I don't get the bluing process in today, I will definitely do another one. All right, again, I forgot to take the paint off of here so I could get a current. Okay, I'll show you the solution that I use. And there's different ones to use, but after doing a little internet research, I went with the one with the best rating. I'll show that to you in just a second. Let me get the paint off of here real quick. Okay. See if I can get you guys a little bit closer. All right. Okay, so what I do is after I etch this, let me just see. I don't have my alcohol in here. After this process, I get alcohol, just the, what is it, 70% alcohol, rubbing alcohol. And I either get a cotton ball or something and clean all this up pretty good with the alcohol. And then after the alcohol, it's super blue. Well, I got this from Walmart. There's other bluing agents that you can use. And what I do when I do this is I usually do it with a Q-tip and go over it several times, um, at least twice. But I like to have it pretty blue inside that etch because it looks great. And then you wipe that down with, well, I wipe it down with a rag that has cold water, really cold water. I don't know why. That's what it tells you to do. So after the bluing, I put this 3-in-1 oil to help seal it. And then I'll let that pretty much sit overnight. And then usually the next day, I will with the acetone, take all the paint off, and I blew it right here as well. So that makes this metal just pop because it's shiny. It's actually shinier on the other side. I did shine this down, but not terribly because, again, that's going to be against the wall. It's going to be against the wall. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the part that you're not even going to see. I don't know if you could see, but whenever I buy these axes on Amazon, and this one is like, I think it's a 13 point whatever inches. It comes with a logo that I grind off of there, and then I just go over the whole thing, sanding it. Yeah. Yeah, 52, that is a good point, but they're pretty much sitting right here. So that's keeping them a little cool. I just got to keep that fume out of my face. And that is like, whew, the first time I did it, oh gosh, it was terrible. Let me see if I can get you guys put up here a little bit better. Hey, Rusty. Do a little something, something. There you go, Rusty. I keep forgetting to do this. Of course, I've only done, what, a couple lives so far. Amy. Gotcha. Baby Kisses, you want to be a moderator or no? I know sometimes you don't like to be, but am I missing anyone? Okay. And the reason I do that is because I want you all to be able to share your channels and click on other people so that you could see their channels. Because I know whenever I go in some of these lives, and I'm not a moderator, I'm not complaining, trust me. That if there's somebody I want to follow, sometimes it's hard to look these channels up. Okay, back to business. All right, so we got this one going on. Connected my batteries. So, you guys have any more questions? All right, let me see. Y'all ready? And this is a new set of batteries, so you see how much quicker is changing from that last axe I did because the batteries are pretty much drained on it. It sounds like it's raining over here because there's tons of leaves falling on my shop. You guys have any plans for the rest of the day? Ray, are you watching Ohio State? Okay. Just a comparison. You can see how the E is dulled. Oh, they're playing at 7:30? Well, I don't know what time LSU's playing. They need to get their crap together. I think I might not even watch it. In fact, oh, they're playing Arkansas. It's like a rivalry game. They need to get their stuff together though. And then I don't remember who Alabama is playing today, but I'll be watching that. But the way we watch football games, we don't watch them live ever unless it's like a championship game. Then we'll watch it live. But we record them so we could fast forward through all the commercials and halftime because we're not fans of all that mess. Commercials are terrible and stupid. but I guess they're a necessity, huh? How many watts? I don't know, Rusty. I'm pretty sure we could Google it, but four 9-volt batteries connected together, I don't know how much power that's putting out. But if you do just two of them, it'll work. But I tried four and I'm not going back to two again. It just goes so much quicker this way, and it gives a deeper burn at the same time. So, is it 36? Hey Spike, how you doing? Need to find you. Why can't you make an axe? Just find the blade of it and like make your own wooden handle, and then you can do this since you can't buy these things over there. I know it's extra work for you, but it'd be cool. I wish somebody else would actually, it doesn't have to be an axe blade. I would like to see one of our members, our community members, try this. It's, again, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm afraid of electricity and stuff like that. Like I said, I've got electrocuted before in my life more than once. So I'm very, very, very cautious with this, but look at me. Rusty, I scheduled off for the ninth. I don't know if the batteries could explode. They haven't yet, and I've done this several times. Um, I keep filling them often, Amy, to make sure that they don't get too hot. But I have not seen any videos of where, somebody said that they've exploded, or I've never had that happen to me. And I'm pretty sure if I did, I would never do this again. Change that out. Thank you, Amy. I do want to try doing this with shading, like to add more detail to it after seeing, other creators do it. But it's not going to be anytime soon because I've got so much that I'm trying to catch up on right now. But I have several ideas. My son has a katana in his room. He's like, you can practice on it if you want to. I don't care what you put on it. I know it'll look cool. So that might be my next venture is to get his katana and put something on it. I don't know if he's gonna want Japanese stuff on there or dragons or I don't know. Yes, Spike. Right before you came in here, I was talking about what I do. I do, as soon as I'm done with etching, I clean it up with alcohol and a cotton swab to get all of the junk off of it. And then I use super glue Um, and it does make it darker. It makes it look great. Compared to the axes. The very first one I did, I was just experimenting and playing around, and I did a little Viking axe for my son, just because I just wanted to try this. And I didn't use the bluing solution for that. I also did not etch nearly as deep because I mean this it was my first time and I didn't even know what to expect. And whenever I did it, I only did it with 2 batteries and it just doesn't go as deep quicker and it took me forever to do that. But again, you could see that compared to the eagle that I haven't done yet and how shiny it is. But I'll probably do um, the 4 batteries for each blade. And then I might do 4 batteries and go back and go over um, both of them again, just because every time I do this, I always tell myself I could have went deeper and done it longer because it does look better. Happens to us all, Amy, especially after I've had a glass of wine. Nothing comes out of my fingers right. Oh no, baby kisses. Yeah, Ray, thanks for the update. So excited to see that. I'm just glad they got rid of Brian Kelly. I didn't want him there to begin with. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, never have been. Sorry if any of you are. It's my own opinion. I know it's all just fun and games, but I get frustrated at it. You see all that smoke? I don't know why I like doing this so much. Just because the sizzle and the smoke, I guess. It's like once I start doing it, it's like I just want to keep doing it. Who, Brian Kelly? Yeah, baby kisses. Well, I don't care where he ends up now as long as it's not back at LSU. He didn't fit in to begin with. Yeah, he is a jerk. From what I've heard, he never really took time to embrace the culture in Louisiana, and you could pretty much go to any state and fit in at any state, but Louisiana isn't just a state, it's a whole way of life, it's a culture. So he didn't even try to connect on that level with the fans, with the players, or anything like that. So it makes a difference. It really does. I mean, me and Josh love watching football. We can sit there and watch Ohio State and Michigan, or Tennessee and Arkansas, and we'll just pick a. I'll be like, "Who you pulling for?" And then we'll pick a team and just pull for them. I mean, we just love watching the game. That and MMA. We like watching fights. I agree. I like college football better than the NFL. I don't really care to watch NFL unless it's on a TV at Buffalo Wild Wings or something. But I don't go out of my way to watch NFL. I'm hoping those little flecks of paint that are trying to show the detail of the feathers, I'm hoping that that does show up more than what I'm thinking it will. But I had to shrink this down to fit on this blade, so the details aren't going to be that great on this. But I think if I go a little bit deeper, I think I could pull it off. Thank you. Okay, Amy, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great Saturday. If y'all haven't checked out Amy's channel yet, please do so. She does some pretty cool resin work, and I watch her make those blooms. I don't know how she does it, because you're just pouring different colors. And the way, whenever she turns that thing over after it's cured, I'm just like, oh my gosh, how did she make it look like that? It just seems like it wouldn't look like that. I don't know. It's pretty cool stuff though. And she has done wood carving too. Y'all need to check out her channel if you haven't already. She is an amazing person, a very good supporter of not only her own group of resin workers, crafters, but she is a big supporter of the woodworking community and the carvers, and she's an overall great person. You got to check her channel out. Go watch her videos, because you're not going to believe when she turns those blooms over what they're going to look like. Pretty cool stuff. Makes me want to try it, but I'm too busy with this stuff. Maybe sometime next year I can widen my experimentation a little bit more. Thank you, Spike. You won't regret it. Stuff she does is like, you just can't, it's like watching, it's not like watching a train wreck in a bad way. It's like you just can't turn your head from it. But that's like the same thing I say with Grumpy's videos and Runix. You sit there and just watch it, and you kind of get mesmerized by the spinning and the chipping away little by little of the wood, and to see what it comes out to look like, it's like, holy. Actually, all the channels are amazing. Such a great support group too. Like, bounce ideas off of each other, and such support. Knowing you can reach out to any one of us at any time, and we'll be glad to help you. And it's also because of people like you, baby kisses. You're a huge part of the glue that holds this together. You and Kat. There's a few of you out there, Billy. All of you. Because it really does make a difference whenever you have support of people that do the same thing that you do. I mean, it's like we understand each other. We understand what it takes to put something into a piece of work. It's not just carving or turning wood. It's the idea that comes in your head to make you want to do it to begin with. And then after that idea is in your head, then you're like, okay, how do I make this happen? You know, it's just the process. Hey, Heidi, yeah. Heidi, I don't even know what to say about y'all's channel. Y'all are like thebomb.com. And y'all are amazing supporters as well. Absolutely love watching your channel. I know I can't catch your lives all the time, but when I do, it's so fun. I always used to have to catch it, or always have to catch your lives on the back end the next day, but they're fun to watch. Lots of fun. It's like every channel has its own personality. It's like not there's no channel that's better in my eyes than another. It's just different. Um, you get something different, a different personality, a different energy, a different everything on every channel. So it's kind of hard to compare any of the channels. Batteries are warm, but they're not too hot right now. So I might go back over the letters. Yeah, I could see, I don't know if y'all could see it, but I could see the paint sticking up more off the blade than where it's etched. So I think the eagle is pretty good. I do want to go over the letters a little bit more because the deeper the letters, the more it makes it pop. And y'all don't have to stay here just because I'm live. I'm not going to stay on here much longer because as soon as this is done, I'm going to go over these letters again. And after that, I need to go into the house to get my alcohol so I can clean the etch up before I do the bluing. And then once I get that to a good stopping point, I need to carve. I've got so much stuff I need to catch up on. Um, I have used the regular salt that you buy in the store. I don't find that any is better than the other. I right now I'm using 1 second. This is the one I'm using now. And that's just because that's what I use. I don't use regular table salt that you buy at the store. I mean, you could buy that at the store, but I don't use like the little cheap stuff just because the pink salt is better for you, for your body. And those who don't know me that well, I like to take care of my body as much as possible. We only get one. We only get one body, so you got to treat it good. But yeah, not processed salt. Well, I mean, you can use it and it'll work. But I just don't have any in my house. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, even after the live is over, feel free to email me or whatever. I'm not an expert at this. I just know what I've been doing this whole time. There's probably better ways to do it, easier ways to do it, cleaner ways to do it. But this is my way. For drinking. Aiden, I only drink water or wine. Well, occasionally I'll have sips of bourbon or beer, but yeah. Hey Dan, how you doing? Uh-oh, it's raining over there. I am etching the blades, Dan. Yeah, I'm glad it didn't rain over here because this was the only day I could do this, and I need my doors and windows open on the shop for ventilation because these fumes that come off of this burn. Yeah, they'll make your toes curl, not in a good way. All right, it looks like those batteries might be done. All right, Dan, so I've got this one right here that I just got finished doing. She's still warm. But I got the etch pretty deep on that. And this one I did earlier. I don't know if you can see it good. Looks pretty awesome though. I think it came out pretty good. I'm going to go over it one more time on both of them. And change these batteries out. They're hot. Wine is alcohol. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think the axes would like if I cleaned them with wine. But never know. I don't really want to waste my wine. All right. Nope, that's not where that one goes. So, all right. So I know you're right, baby kisses, but can we define moderation? I think I might have a different definition. Oh yeah. You see it's really burning now. Whole bottle. What you talking about, Billy? I drink out of a box. I could go through a bottle in like an hour. And go ahead and judge me about it too. I don't care. No, I don't drink that much. I can and I have, but I don't. Not on a weeknight. I'm hoping you do not hear the loud truck on the road. Hopefully that is noise canceled out. All right. I'm going to go back over the other one real quick. Make sure you didn't miss anything, Dan. I'm just going over. The etching is complete. I'm just going over it to make it a little bit deeper because it looks better after I put the bluing agent on it. It makes it deep and dark like a secret. I don't drink all the time. A lot of the times I just kid around with y'all just because I like being funny. You will very rarely find me being serious. Life's too short to be serious all the time. And anytime I can make somebody laugh is a win in my book. So don't take me too seriously whenever I say I drink all the time. I just like having fun. The weather over here is great. Feels so good outside. Why are you hiding your face, Dan? Are you telling a story? Are you fabricating over there? All right. Let me wipe this off of here. Ooh, yeah, look how dark that got. Just from going over it again. What you think, Dan? That looks good. I'm sorry. I don't really toot my own horn, but you know, it looks good. It looks good. Good deal. That's all that matters. Kind of want to go over that again, but it's already deep enough. I'm good with how that came out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run in the house, get the alcohol solution, clean this up so I can put the bluing agent on it before it starts to rust. And then after that's done, I'm going to get the acetone, wash this off, put bluing agent right here and right here on both the axes, and make sure it's polished up real good. And then I can let them breathe and take a little nap. And then I will probably start painting it tomorrow, painting the axe handles tomorrow, and be done with these soon. But I will keep everybody updated Thank you all for tuning in. And there we go. I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you for watching. I hope it was entertaining. It was entertaining for me because I love doing this. It just, you get in the zone and you can't stop. But I got a bunch of other stuff to do today. So I hope you all have a very blessed weekend and stay posted for more pictures on these axes and other things. All right. Thanks for tuning in, Dan. I will see you all later. Have a wonderful day.